the Chattergang, a pod about the magic and the gathering. I'm your host, Hope Speaking, but you can call me Jose, and we appreciate you being here today. Please make sure to like, follow, subscribe, do all the algorithm things that YouTube and Spotify like so that we can kind of put this stuff out to more people so we can get to talk to more amazing people like the person we're talking to today. The person that we're talking to today actually does something. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very jealous. The work that they do is something that is near and dear to my heart. I love helping people. I love being able to help people in whatever way we can. And the fact that it's something involved in the magic space makes it even so much more cool. Today, Giraffanat joins us. Giraffanat, or just Nat. How you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm so good. I really am jealous when I say that. Like you working with magic kids is like dream. It's like full on dream for
Literally, literally. Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, wait, this is my life? This is what I do? Okay, cool.
yeah. Well, before we get into Magic Kids, because I'm gonna want to talk a lot about it. I'm not gonna. Let's talk about you.
Okay.
You've been playing Magic since 2017, right?
Yes.
What led you to starting Magic, and then what kept you in Magic?
Oh goodness. So I had heard about magic before that. My brother was a judge and played all
Okay.
the time. So I'd heard about it, but for a long time, I thought I was too cool for that kind of thing. I'm not gonna lie. I was much more into like sports and doing that kind
Mhm.
of thing. I actually came across it getting back into it through my ex.
Okay.
And I'm an art person. So, really, the art of the cards drew me in. So, I was like, ooh, pretty cardboard.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
I wanna play with the pretty cardboard. And so it started with that, and then my first draft I ever did was War of the Spark,
Nice.
and I went undefeated. And I felt
What?
in that moment, I was like, "Oh, okay. Like not only are like the cards pretty, but I'm actually kind of good at this and it's actually really fun." So, I I was done for from that point on.
That's okay. So you want War of the Spark was a really fun one too.
Mhm.
Because all the
Yeah.
and theoretically kind of difficult for someone who is newer to the game to manage because planeswalkers can be super difficult,
Mhm.
and that was when they first started doing uncommon planeswalkers. So you just walked in and said, "Yeah, I own this," and then you won.
Yeah, and it wasn't even I was playing a Ral, like, is it Storm deck. It was by no means like this straightforward deck either,
That's
but
amazing.
yeah, so I felt really good and I was like, "Ooh, okay. I'm gonna start building decks now." So,
That's awesome. I find that so fascinating because I know when I started playing, I did not want to be like in a whole thing. Like I didn't want to be around that many people having to having to build a deck and then play it immediately. That sounds terrifying. Why does deck building something you enjoy?
oh my gosh, yes.
Okay, what is it about deck
Yes.
building you enjoy?
I think it's the creativity. I think just being able to try new things and see if things work. And if they don't, like, at least it still might be fun. I'm willing to just try anything when it
Mm.
comes to card games. It's just I'm much more of a thematic deck builder than I
Okay,
am a power deck builder just because I don't know, it's the creative aspect of it.
I agree. What is your home bracket if you were to pick one?
Ooh,
Because I feel
probably
like oh, go ahead, go ahead.
probably like 2 to 3.
Okay,
Um,
that makes sense.
yeah.
Because I feel
I
like typically fill into that 2 and 3 range.
yeah, I don't mind playing power, but I just wanna do, like, fun, silly things.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. What is a fun, silly thing that but like has most stuck with you? Because I feel like for me, the thing about Magic is not the wins I've gotten, but it's like the moments that have been
Mm.
like really funny moments. Is there a moment that stuck with you from one of your silly fun situations?
Oh my goodness. There's a couple. One I can the first thing immediately there's 2 that immediately pop off the top of my head. One
Mhm.
was in a game with Anna Margaret, and it's funny, actually, both of these are with Matt Morgan from EDH Rec. We always have just the craziest games, I guess. It was just me and Anna left, and we were battling it out, and I think she Biden of Thassa forced me to attack, and I had Stalking Vengeance out on the board, which is like love that card. More people need to play that card. It's silly. And it wasn't gonna do anything because I had Avacyn out, so all my stuff had indestructible, so nothing was gonna die. So I ended up swordsing my own Avacyn, so that way my stuff would die, so I could deal damage and win.
That's
That was
amazing.
fun. That was fun.
That's amazing. Shout out Matt and Anna because
Yeah.
I'm sure if you were to go to them, be like, "Hey, do you remember this?" I'd be like, "Yes, I wholeheartedly
Oh,
remember."
absolutely. Another
That's
one was with Matt was he ended up stealing both of my Atalis in my deck.
oh my
So
god.
that was crazy. It was just Atali after Atali. It just
Yes.
yeah.
How rude. How rude to steal
Yeah.
both a Tolly, not even leave you one of them.
It's just when silly stuff like that
Yeah,
happens. I
it's
just
really
love
funny.
that.
That is very, very funny. I love that. That is, dying to your own Atalis is probably the way to go. I mean, if anything
Yes.
else, it's like, why else, and the nice thing about it is you end up being the last loser or potentially winning because they have to keep you alive to keep the Atalis.
I love dying to my own things. I love when people steal my stuff and kill me. It just something about it. I don't know why it's crazy, but I just think it's so fun.
That is very, very funny. And I think what's so fun is listening to talk about this is you have so much joy talking about magic and talking about those moments. And I feel like with Magic Kids, you're trying to create those moments for them too, right?
Mhm.
What I know you started, I think it was mid last year with Magic
Mhm.
Kids, is that correct? What made you want to join that? And what has been your favorite part about doing it so far?
Yeah, so I've actually been with Magic Kids full time about a year now.
Mhm.
Before they brought me on full time, I volunteered with them at events. And so I was already familiar with them. Hold on, my dog is barking. Nissa, please. Yeah, so I've been working with Magic. Okay. Hey. No. Okay, so I've been there for a year with Magic Kids,
Mhm.
and they brought me on because of my experience playing, but also my background. My master's degree is in nonprofit management.
Yeah.
So it was kind of this perfect fit where my expertise in both areas of magic and nonprofit came together. And so, yeah, that's that's what I do now all
What
day, every
what
day.
made what made you volunteer with them in the first place?
I just loved the mission of what they do.
Yeah.
And like you kind of said, I know how much fun and joy magic brings into my life. And so to be able to do that for others is just the greatest experience.
Yeah.
Being able to see someone just fully enjoying themselves, their faces light up when they finally understand what they're doing. It's just great.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of fun, and we've talked to Bones previously about her work with Magic Kids, and they just opened up a
Mhm.
hub in Arizona, right? Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
So obviously, and if I remember correctly, you also have a couple in Puerto Rico, which is close to my heart, and Guam, amongst other places. So it really sounds like it's a mission that is touching every part of the United States at the moment, and hopefully more along the way, right? Like I'm sure that's the
Mhm.
goal is to touch even more. What how has your perspective changed from being a volunteer to being a part of the team? Or has it even changed?
It hasn't, and I think that's a great thing, right? Because it means that the outside perspective is the same as the inside perspective, which
Yeah.
means, everything you want and are supposed to be doing is what you are doing. So, like you said, we are in the full United States and territories, and we've started slowly piloting internationally. Shipping costs are a little crazy right now, so we're doing that on a
Mm,
very small scale, but
yeah.
it's growing. And I think that's the only real difference I see from being on the inside more than being a volunteer is I can just see how much growth there is for this organization
Mhm.
and the impact that it has. Because I think in March alone, compared to last year, we had an 83% increase in kits
Yeah,
that we sent out, which is absurd. So,
it's amazing. As I say, I know the numbers because I try to do my research as much as I can. The numbers
mhm,
back in August were like 60%, so it's grown even more since then.
mhm, yes, yeah,
That's amazing. That has to feel okay. So I say this, and then I have a question. It has to feel
yeah.
good. Does it ever feel nerve wracking? Not scary. Scary is not the word I'm looking for, but like, does it ever give you like, oh my goodness, like we're growing so fast? Like,
Yes, 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 absolutely, yeah. It's I think a lot of the times, the outside perspective, people forget that we are a small nonprofit.
yeah,
Like, we are a small staffed nonprofit, and so the growth can be a little scary at times because it's like, "Okay, well, we know we're gonna get this done, but how are we going to get this done?"
yeah.
So,
I say this is really a it takes a village kind of thing.
yes, yes, very much so.
How do having the hubs help with that? Because um, I imagine that they help to some extent as to why you want to have them. How do those help in the process?
Yeah, the hubs help a lot because we're located in Minnesota, which, to be fair, is in the middle of the country, but it's very much so north. And, having places like Arizona, which is kind of on the opposite side from us, and then just being able to provide support across the country better. Jason, who's the founder of Magic Kids, he always
Mhm.
jokes about the fact that we went national before we went local. So, having those hubs really just helps us kind of take that village and make it more dispersed across the
Yeah.
areas that we're supporting.
I think that's a really good way of putting it because I think the mission and I said this at the beginning and I wholeheartedly mean it. The mission that you all have is like a dream of mine. Like
Mhm.
I love helping people. I love helping people learn magic. So putting those things together is like oh my gosh the coolest thing in the world. And I feel like there's a lot of people who also see that and think it's the coolest thing in the world, right?
Mhm.
Like, I think it was bound to be, the go national before it went local thing
Yes.
because so many people look at that and say, "Oh yeah, I want to help." Like, "Oh, A, I have a bunch of
Mhm.
bulk that I can give," right? Like
Yes.
everyone has so much bulk. What can we do? But also being able to help more people get into the game that we love is like that is very hard to just keep local. I mean, obviously, like
Yes.
you go to the Magic Cons, and I'm sure you have a ton of people who want to figure out how they can help. And shipping costs are
Mhm.
expensive, so that can make things very, very
Mhm.
difficult. But yeah, I'm not surprised that it went so big because it's
Mhm.
one of the coolest things in the Magic space, in my opinion. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
and we're we're getting a lot more recognition now, I think, where we are getting asked to go to more conventions and things across the country to do those sort of learn to play activations. So,
it's really cool.
yeah.
That's really, really cool. I'm really happy that this is something that is available. I've had a few of my friends' kids, like, oh, I want to start Magic, and I gave them those cards because I'm like, hey, learn Magic. Like
Mhm.
it's expensive as it is, and especially as a kid, like it's hard. It can be hard. So giving that ability to jump in, yeah, I just can't express how cool I think it is. I think it's so cool and I appreciate the mission that you all are on, trying to help people do that, and while maintaining such a joyous heart about it in the process. I
Yeah.
think it's really cool. I think it's really really cool.
Thank
Something else with Magic Kids that we talked with Bones about is
Mhm.
cosplay,
Yeah.
and you. You have a wide range of cosplays. You kind of do a little bit of everything, right? Like you've done Titania, you've done
Mhm,
Paradise Mantle, you've done
mhm.
orcs and goblins and
Yeah.
Lilianas. What is it about cosplay that really really resonates with you?
Just the opportunity to be whimsical and have fun. And
Yeah.
again, it's the creativity, you get to just life can be so stressful
Mhm.
and so much that it just if you take the opportunity just to do silly things.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
What i- what do you when you go to start a cosplay? What is your process like?
Ooh, usually I have about 50,000 different ideas and I'm deciding which one I want to follow through, and usually it's one I think of at the last minute.
Okay.
It's that typical I decide I'm gonna do this cosplay 2 weeks before a convention conundrum. And I think it's just I don't know, whatever speaks to me, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes it's chosen for me. I don't know, like, I'm normally running around wanting to cosplay as an orc, but, like,
Yeah.
it was one of those situations where, I'm getting things, previews and things from Wizards, and I'm like, "Oh, I want stuff I can cosplay," and they're handing me orcs, so I'm like, "Okay, I guess I'm cosplaying an orc." You know? That
Yeah.
kinda situation. But yeah, I for the most part, it's just that I'm like, "Oh, this looks like fun." And
Yeah.
I've definitely more recently tried to do cosplays that I can still play Magic in.
That's important from my
Because
understanding.
yes, yes, because I learned pretty quickly that cosplaying things that you can't, you know, sit down and play a game of Magic in probably means you're not playing Magic that day.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Two two people I think of when I think of you saying that now is so Atlanta was my first Magic Con this past Atlanta,
Mm,
and Talia,
yes.
with the wings, like I was like,
Yes.
you're never sitting,
Yes.
you're just never
Yes.
gonna sit down anywhere,
Mhm.
and then Sophia with the wow, I can't remember the one she won the competition in. Sorry, Sophia, my bad. The one she won in the competition because it's so like it was so much going on in
Yes.
that. Like she was
Yes.
never going to be
Yes.
able to sit down anywhere. So like I think that's such a wise thing to do
Yeah.
to make sure like let me make sure I can like sit and like play
Yes.
games and do things like that.
Yeah.
Because Zool Asher, gosh, why couldn't I remember that in the moment? Zool Asher. So I think that's really fascinating. What's your favorite one that you've done so far? Because you've done a lot, and like
Yeah.
I think I I have a favorite, but I want to know yours.
I think I think Paradise Mantle's probably my favorite to just wear out and about.
It looks super comfy too.
It's so comfy. That makes such a big difference.
I agree.
Titania's probably up there. I mean, that one took forever to
Yeah,
make. Yeah.
I was gonna say
What's your favorite?
I love your Liliana.
Yeah, I do like Liliana because Liliana, like as a character, is just so different from who I am personality
Yeah,
wise.
yeah. I was gonna say I think that's why it's like knowing the dichotomy of it is
Yeah.
like if like going back through stuff, it's like green, green, bright, bright, and then Liliana.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Like Paradise Mantle, which is like pastel, fun,
Yep.
colorful, and then to Liliana. Yeah.
And it looks really, really good too. Like it genuinely looked
Thank
really,
you.
really good. And then I know for Vegas you did Universes Beyond being a thing.
Yeah.
You did you were one of the spider people. I don't
Yes.
remember which one. Spider Woman.
Spider Woman.
Spider
Mm-hmm.
Woman, and you were Tylee. Tylee's my
Yes.
one of my favorites and from Avatar. So like like you just I think you pick really good ones, but that's also I'm wholly biased. I'll be completely honest. I love Liliana. I love Titania. Like I love Tylee. I love I love Spider Woman. Like I can admit I'm biased about this.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. They're just fun things. And usually because the cosplay community for Magic is so close. A lot of the times, it's like, you know, Bones messaging me like, "Hey, I
Mhm.
have this idea. Let's do this."
Yeah.
Um,
I wholeheartedly and I think she really enjoys the group cosplays too because she does a
yeah,
lot of funs, and, obviously, she's reaching out to you because 'cause you're fun, so, like,
yeah, yeah,
that probably feels pretty good too.
yeah.
You're like I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, you wanna do it with me?" Like, yeah, I'm gonna do a slight pivot because there's some
Yeah.
time frames here that are funny to me too, and my wife is huge into K-pop.
Oh, okay. Yep, mhm.
So talk to me about your love for K-pop because as I'm looking at the Liliana stuff, I see the Blackpink, I see the Cat's Eye,
Yes.
you clearly love K-pop as well.
Yes. Oh gosh. I can't even remember when I started listening to K-pop, but I kind of fell back in love with it maybe like 2 years ago,
Okay,
2 or 3 years ago. And
that's awesome.
I just fully embraced it. And, it started with, liking one or two groups. It
Mhm.
was mainly at that point, it was Stray Kids and
Yep,
Blackpink.
yep.
And then I started listening to other groups and started getting my friends into it.
Mhm,
And then
mhm,
K-pop Demon Hunters came out, and I got
mhm.
even more of my friends into K-pop. And so, yeah,
Now it's like a
I
cult, it's perfect.
yeah, yeah, it is. I love starting little cults with my interests. It's great.
That's hey, you know what? I It's always fun because then you have people you can go to and be like, "Did you hear the new
Yes.
K-pop? Did you hear the new
Yes.
you hear the new Jenny
Yes.
song? Did you
The
hear?"
new BTS
Yeah.
album that just came out.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the new oh, they were just on Hot Ones, right?
Yes.
So s
Which is such
so
a funny episode, by the way.
it really
So
is.
everyone should go
My
watch it.
wife, Rachel, she was locked in. She was locked in. She was like I was like, "Hey, BTS is on Hot One." She's like, "Did you watch it yet?" I was like, "Of course not. I didn't watch it yet without you." I feel like that would be like a couchable offense if I
Yes.
did that. So we watched and she was so locked in. She was so just big smile on her face the entire time because this is the
I
first
love
time they're back
that.
together
Yes.
from the army things that they had to do, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
is that also one of your favorite ones is BTS?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you excited or if they go on tour, I know they're going on tour. If they go on tour near you, are you gonna go? Or try to go?
Maybe.
Maybe.
My schedule is so crazy. I
Ye
wish I could do more,
yeah.
but
Let's say in a vacuum. In a vacuum, like, you can make the
yes.
time as if it's available. Would
Yes.
you okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I drove this last summer. I drove Chicago's 5-hour drive from me. I drove
Okay.
5 hours to go to the Blackpink concert.
To be fair, we like, Chicago is 6 hours, and we would do that too, 'cause
So,
yeah, that makes
yes,
sense.
I will make it happen if I wanna be there.
That's amazing. What is, when so you said that you, came back with Blackpink and Stray
Mhm.
Kids. Who were you into before that? Do you remember?
So
The K-pop people are gonna love this so much, by the way. I'm gonna tell
those
my wife and make her listen to this.
those 2 were kind of like my originals,
Your
right?
originals, okay.
So yeah, so then when I came back in, it was a lot of ATs. Oh my gosh, I
Okay.
love ATs.
18.
They're one of my favorites now. aespa, love aespa.
That's why yeah, I suppose
I've been
good.
listening to Twice a lot. They did like the Alyssa Seraphim collab in Overwatch, so
Yeah.
started listening to them.
I feel like a lot of people's interaction with Stray Kids was Arcane, right? Because they did a song for Arcane. I know that was my
Yeah.
first interaction with them. And he really loves that song. Was it "Come Play" or something like that? I think it's what it's called.
I remember when I saw that they were gonna be on the album, I got really excited. I was like, "Oh, yes, finally they're getting the recognition they
Yeah,
deserve." Yeah, so,
that's
um
amazing. Is that, is there a K-pop band that you haven't seen yet that you wanna see?
oh, ATs. I haven't seen them in person yet. I wanna
Okay,
see them in person.
okay,
Yeah.
that makes
I've
sense.
watched their concerts on YouTube, and they look incredible. They look like the experience looks like I would be crying
Yeah.
while I'm there. Like, it looks so fun.
Did you have a favorite between Cat's Eye and Blackpink?
The Blackpink concert was
Blackpink?
just the atmosphere was I can't even describe it. K-pop
Yeah.
concerts are on an entirely different level.
Yeah, I feel like that fandom is. Did they do the? I know one of my best friends and his daughter went to go see. Was it RM who was touring for a while by themselves, and they went to Chicago? I think it was. I feel like it was RM. I might be wrong
Mhm.
about that,
That sounds
but
right.
they were handing out like bracelets and like
Mhm.
little things. Were they doing that outside of the Blackpink concert too?
Oh, absolutely. Freebies, yeah.
Yeah. What did you get anything that you like held on to or like this is really really cool?
Usually it's just trading photo cards because,
Okay.
I'm a card person.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
cards with K-pop members on them just add to my card collection. So, yeah.
It would you want them to do, like, a secret layer of, like, a ca like, a
Oh
bead or
my
something?
gosh. Yes. I'm
I
s
feel like that would sell out in, like, 2 seconds. I feel like it'd just be over.
Aren't they supposed to do a K-pop Demon Hunter one at some point? Like, isn't
Allegedly.
that
Yeah.
allegedly? So, I'm just waiting for that.
That'll be really fun. I K-pop Demon Hunter is so good. What did you love most about K-pop Demon Hunter?
So I'm also a big book person.
Okay.
So K-pop Demon Hunters follows the outline of a lot of like romantasy
Mhm.
book storylines.
And K-dramas, it
So
seems like.
yes, yes, I do watch a lot of K-dramas too. So
My
just
Rachel would love you. My wife would love
Mhm.
you because you just sound
We'll be
like
friends. Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say, you're just saying all the things, like, literally all the things you're saying, I'm like, "I've heard this before from somewhere."
Yes, yeah. So I think that combined with just how good the music was, it was just home run.
What's your favorite song
From that movie,
from
Free.
that movie? Free? Interesting. I don't feel like I
Mhm.
often hear people say "Free" is their favorite song from it. It's a fantastic song. Harmonies incredible, beautiful
Mhm.
song.
Something
Um,
about when he comes in with that rap line,
oh yeah,
it's just perfection.
the chills,
Yes, yes, yes.
literal chills. That's awesome. Do you okay? This is gonna be a harder one. Do you have a
Okay.
least favorite song?
I mean, if I had to get rid of one, it'd probably be Soda Pop. I know, I know, I know, I know.
How
Which
old
is
do we
funny.
know Zoe thinks that they're magicians?
It's just funny because I think that's my alarm when I wake up in the morning is Soda Pop. That's
That's
probably
really
why I don't
funny.
like it that
That
much.
is probably
Wakes
why you
me up
don't.
every morning
You set yourself up.
for failure. Yeah.
That's I think that's a really it's hard because all the songs are really really good. I feel bad for
Mhm.
songs like Takedown because I feel like you don't hear it as often as you hear the other ones.
Yeah.
And Twice worked really hard on that song.
Yeah. I specifically really wanted to go to a Twice concert just because I knew they would do Takedown.
Yeah, I know they have been. Yeah, so it's just but I
Mhm.
feel like that's the one that kind of gets the least that and How It's Done probably get
Which
the
are
least
both
play.
great. Which are
They're both
both
great songs.
great.
I don't think there's a bad song, but I can definitely
No.
understand why Soda Pop would be annoying at the very least.
Yeah, I'm much more of a when it comes to K-pop music, I'm much more of deeper, darker kind of K-pop listener than like
Yeah.
the pastel kind of girly
Sugar
pop.
and
Yeah, yeah,
rainbows
yeah,
and yeah,
yeah.
I feel that. I feel that. Do you listen what other musics do you listen to besides K-pop?
It's mostly K-pop, but
Also sounds like Rachel.
yeah, but I listen to everything. I mean,
Yeah. Do you listen to R&B?
a little bit, not
A
as
little bit.
much.
Okay. Go on. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh no, I was gonna just say that my family's very music oriented, so
Oh,
I
nice.
listen to a lot of different music.
Oh, that's really good. The reason I asked about the R&B is because K-pop has a lot of roots in R&B.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
a lot of the Motown producers went and helped create K-pop. So I didn't know if R&B was something that resonated with you because a lot of K-pop now, especially to me, sounds like
Mm,
old like 90s R&B.
yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's not a bad thing. It's just like oh like this has a familiarity to it, right?
Mhm.
Um, I think that's what makes it good. I think that's why I think it's good because I like 90s R&B. I was raised on that. So but yeah, K-pop really good. If you're not listening to it already, go do that.
Yeah.
Do you have a song that if someone said I've never listened to K-pop, do you have a song that you would want them to listen to?
Ooh. Oh, goodness. That's such a hard question.
It is. Or do you have like a maybe a list or a specific artist that you're like you have to listen to this person. I think you'll love K-pop from this.
I kind of do it this way. Like if you've watched K-pop Demon Hunters
Mm,
and you kind of like the Saja Boy aspect, definitely ATs. They definitely give those vibes. Also,
yeah.
BTS's new album is pretty good. The first half of the album is a lot different than the second half of the album, but I definitely like the first half better.
More your vibe.
Yeah, I think if I mean, Blackpink is just such an easy way to start and get into it. Because I mean,
Yeah,
people have heard the solos of a lot of Blackpink members,
yeah.
so, um,
I think that's fair. I think
yeah,
that's fair. They're
yeah,
popular, they're someone that are pretty easily palatable.
yeah.
Um,
I
yeah,
think that's kind of where I would start, and then if you, like,
I
are
think
like, "Oh, I like this," then I would be like, "Alright, let's get you into to some of these other things."
have you listened to New Jeans before?
I have, yes.
How do you so I really like them. I feel like
Mhm.
that would be a good, like, after
Yeah.
Blackpink introduction
Yes.
into
Yes.
it
Yeah.
because 'Cause they're
Yeah.
still pretty easy, but they're they're good. I like a but they're a different kinda good,
Yeah.
to me. But
Yeah.
I like your thought process there, I like that. You can tell that you're, like, a project manager, like, like, your
Mhm.
brain works in, like, "Alright, here's how we can best successfully make this happen."
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that. So, okay, so we've gone through Magic Kids, best one of the best organizations around. We've been through how you got into Magic. We've been through cosplay. We've been through a lot. We haven't gone through your content yet, though. Your
Yeah.
content is something that I really enjoy because I feel like yours it's just you being you. But
Yeah.
maybe you can tell me a little differently. What made you want to start doing content in the first place, and then what keeps you going?
Yeah. I remember this oh gosh. I started doing content just in general, I think 20.
I believe okay, I was gonna say I know you started this Instagram around, like, 22.
Yeah, I definitely started magic content a lot later. Before I did magic, I did a lot of video game content.
Oh, okay.
I'm a gamer. And so my dog is choking. Are you okay?
Oh, Nissa.
We're good. We're good. She's
Okay,
good.
okay,
Yeah, so I started out as a video game content creator and then
okay.
shifted to magic. And originally started doing content because I had a lot of friends who were like, "Oh, you're good at video games and you're funny. You should be like showing people, like people should be seeing this on the internet." And I was like, "I don't know about that." I was like, "I don't know about this." And so after a little bit, I was like, "Okay, I'll try it." So I did it, and then I realized that it's a great way to connect and meet other
Mhm,
people, and so I kept doing it. And then once I got into magic, I was like, oh, well, this is my obsession now. So why don't I just make content around that? And so I just started doing it. I feel like that's kind of just how it happens. You're just like, all right, I'm just gonna start doing content.
mhm.
And so I think the thing that keeps me going is the community, like the people you
Yeah,
meet.
yeah.
And like I still have people, I don't stream as hardly as much as I used to. But when I do, like, I have people who come in who started following me 10 years ago when I was streaming, Heroes of the Storm or whatever I was playing at the time. And I'm playing Magic and they have no idea what's happening, but they're there because, they want to hang out and support me, and which is awesome.
What does that say to you about you that people who are there from a different era, for lack of a better term, are still there and wanting to be there?
Like, why are you here still? Because they'll be like, I have no idea what's going on, but I'm here. I'm like, oh, I love that.
I
But
Yeah,
also,
I
like,
think that really speaks to you, don't you think? Like,
yeah.
it speaks to your entertainment value. It speaks to you as a person, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I think I'm funny, and then other times I'm like, I don't think I'm funny at all.
It's the whole, like, cringe can still be funny thing. Is that kinda what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Like, I think sometimes I'm really cringy when I'm trying to be funny. Do you ever feel that way about yourself?
Yes. Yes.
Does that
Especially
bother you?
No,
Okay.
no. It's great because I play video games. I play a lot of Marvel Rivals, and every now and then I'll say something I think is really funny in the chat. Like it'll just be dead silence. Like nobody will respond. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'll just laugh here by myself.
I love that. Yeah, you gotta be your biggest supporter. You gotta be your own
I
biggest supporter,
guess. Yeah, yeah.
if no one else will. That which also reminds me, I need to actually jump on Marvel with you at some point because
Yeah.
I jump on. So okay, I'm a very like I want to play games with other people type of person.
Yes. Yes.
So like sometimes I have a hard time doing the like, hey, do you want to play a game?
Yes.
Because I know like everyone's so busy and everyone's got so much going on. Do you ever have trouble with that, or is it like pretty easy for you to be like, I'm gonna play this game and I want people to play with me. Come join me right now.
Yes, that. I'm like, I'm gonna play this regardless. It would be more fun with friends. I would love to have people join me, but if nobody joins me, then I'll just play alone.
Yeah, that's really fun. You have such a great personality to get people like around you. It feels like you you are funny. A
Thank you.
and B, like I really think the thing I enjoy about your content is that you seem very genuine in everything that you do, and that can be hard to find sometimes.
Yeah. I don't
Uh,
have the energy to be anybody but myself.
yeah,
I don't have the energy for it.
yeah. Who does? I don't understand the people who do. That's part of the part of the
I'm
thing.
like, where are they getting this extra energy? Can I have
Yeah,
some, please?
for real. Like I need just like a half of the energy that you're bringing right now. Because how are you doing this? What is the hardest part of content creation for you?
Um, I think probably the consistency. Like
Yeah.
I think it's hard when you're doing so much. I do a lot. I have a hard
Mm-hmm.
time saying no to people. So I definitely take on more than I can chew sometimes.
Hmm.
And I feel like sometimes that means I end up putting my own content on the back burner, which is fine. It
Yeah.
happens. I think there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I think it's probably just that it's the consistency. I do think it's healthy to step back every now and then, though.
Can you expand on that? Because I feel like that's something that I feel like is resonates so much with a lot
Yeah,
of people that I've talked to recently.
I feel like a lot of people feel like if they take a step back and take a break or take a breath, that they're gonna come back and everybody's gonna be gone. And so I think it's just like this fear that people have that they shouldn't have, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think if you have built a community around you that supports you and wants to support you, they'll be there for you no matter like if you're, you know, streaming every day or not, right?
Yeah.
So, I think I think it's important to put yourself first sometimes. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to give 100% of yourself, right?
Yeah.
So if you're running on fumes, people are going to get fumes. Like it's just how that works. So.
Yeah. I feel because I felt like that before, where I'm just like I
Mhm.
feel like I need to keep going. I need to keep going. And recently, with my own personal content, I've kind of stopped almost completely. I have ideas that I want to do, but then it's the whole not having energy to do the thing, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So I just don't because I'd rather have the energy and be able to put like a genuine effort into it, and instead of
Mhm.
putting a half-hearted effort into the thing, putting it out, and then feeling bad that I didn't get views and I didn't put in a full effort,
Yeah.
that whole thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've talked to so many people recently who have just felt so burnt out. And maybe they
Mhm.
keep going and they feel more burnt out, and they keep going and feel
Mhm.
more burnt out. So I think it's important for people to hear from someone who's been doing it for a long time that it's
Yeah.
okay, and that will still have people there who will support you even if you're doing something completely different. I Have you ever heard of or watched Philip DeFranco before?
The name sounds familiar.
He does online news. He does like he aggregates news and talks about it. When he started in early YouTube, so like in 2009,
Mhm.
2008, whatever. And he was doing like whatever the big news at the time was like this celebrity and that celebrity and very like gossipy, like
Mm,
tabloidy stuff. And
yeah.
today he's like a trusted online news organization who has who has like won awards for news, online news. And that's such a shift from like tabloidy,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
people stuck with him because of him. So
Yeah.
I think that speaks to what you're saying is if you build a community on you and who you are, they will
Yeah.
follow because of who
Yes.
you are, not because of the content.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think that's a really good point. I think that's a point that a lot of people need to hear, honestly.
Yeah. I think that's why a lot of the times you'll also hear people say, you need to be creating content that speaks to you, not what you think you should be like needing to put out in that moment, right?
Yeah.
And I think that goes back to the people want to support you for being you rather than for what you're putting out, right? Because
Yeah.
if you're just putting out stuff that's not personal, that you're not connecting with, that you're not really excited about yourself, then people have no reason to connect with you. So,
Yeah. And sometimes it's easier said than done, right?
yes. Yeah.
I know I've felt like I've had to polish myself to be something for Wizards or for, like a specific video game that I wanted to try to get demos with. And it's tiring. Like it's
Yes.
genuinely really tiring to be something other than you. And at the end of the day, if your goal is to work with Wizards or to work with EA or Nintendo or something, keeping up a facade is going to be hard. It's going to be really
Yes.
really hard. And at some point your body gives up whether you want it to or not. Some point your body says enough is enough, right? And whether it be emotionally, physically, whatever have you. So I appreciate you saying that, just be you
Yeah.
and it'll follow. And like I said, you're living proof of that. But I hope that this can resonate with someone because I know it resonates with me when I feel because I felt bad about not doing content. I won't lie to you. I've other than the podcast, I felt really bad about not putting stuff on my personal page.
We all
But
have.
but hearing you say that makes me feel a lot better. I will be honest.
Yeah.
All right, so Nats, we've come up to the point where this is the Midwest goodbye. I'm just going to be honest. This is
Okay.
the Midwest goodbye section because to shout out Sullivan the Monster, he's called me out on it on every episode. Apparently, around this time, there's still 20 minutes left when I say, "Oh, we should wrap up." So I'm just going to be honest. It's Midwest goodbye. So I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Okay.
And some of these I already know the answer to,
Okay.
and that's okay. I want you to explain yourself on some of these.
Okay.
But these are going to be quote unquote the hardest questions you will ever heard in your life. They're not really that hard. I just like to say this at the end of every episode. So first and foremost, what is your favorite card and why is it Bloodforge Battle Axe?
Oh, yes. Gosh, I don't know what it is about that card, but I just fell in love with it as soon as I played it for the first time, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't even know where that came from, but I'm just obsessed with that card.
I know I asked you a while back, and there's a reason. The reason will happen at some point. Again, this is an energy thing. That
Yeah.
I asked you what are tokens you use often, and the first thing you said was Bloodforge Battle Axe, and I was so taken aback by that answer.
It's
I
because
was like,
Bloodforge Battle Axe makes more Bloodforge Battle Axes, and
and then
I'm running out of the card Bloodforge Battle Axe, so there
what's the
needs to
most you've
be
gotten out on
tokens
the field at once?
in the hundreds.
In the what?
I have decks specifically built around that card. The entire goal of my deck is to get out as many Bloodforge Battle Axes as I possibly can. I don't care if I win the game. I don't care if I die first. I just want to have as many axes out on that battlefield as I possibly can.
I I so okay, so I love that. Let me just tell you outright. I love that so much. Like Jace, shout out Jace, who's here for every episode. Captive audience. One of his decks is literally how many lands can I put onto the battlefield in one turn?
Yeah.
Like, and it's not that it even does anything technically in that turn, or even for a few turns. He's just like, can I put like 25 lands on down in a turn? Is this possible? So those kind of decks where it's like, let me just do this thing and it's hilarious and I love it, and you just are happy at the end. That genuinely makes me so happy. That
Yeah,
makes me
that
so happy.
deck
And
has evolved. I mean, it used to be a Kellen deck where it would deal double damage, so you
okay.
do double axes. Now it's Cloud, so it triggers twice. So you
Oh,
do double axes
gross.
twice. So it's evolved over time. Literally, I just wanted a commander in the command zone that would get me Bloodforge Battle Axe. I play it, and then I either have cards that create more axes or cards that let me get it back from my graveyard in case someone destroys it. So
If they exile it, is it like you just want to scoop and walk away?
yes, yeah, I'm like, well, my deck's and I can't do anything else.
Force Battle Axe. All right, I'm moving to a different table. I'm done. This table's
Yeah,
toxic.
so
That's really funny. Okay, do you have another card that you really enjoy besides Bloodforge Battle Axe?
uh every time I talk about stuff like this, I feel like people think I'm a terrible person. I'm I'm
I
not, I
can't wait.
promise. I'm just mean when I play Magic.
I also have a hard time believing that, but go off, Queen.
Cautious hideous laughter.
Hell yeah.
Between that and maddening cacophony.
People really don't like
Yeah,
Mel. Yeah, people really don't like Mel.
yeah. I just those cards are great. Love
They're
those
really
cards.
good cards. They're really good
Yeah,
cards. That's
yeah,
genuinely.
yeah,
I agree. You're not a terrible person for that. Games need to
yeah,
end at some point,
yeah. They do. They do.
and you're just trying to help it along. That's all.
That's all
Trying
I'm
to
doing.
help.
I'm just
Exactly.
trying to help you find the lands in your deck. I'm just
Hmm.
trying to help you weed out those cards that you didn't need to play.
Exactly. And you're just, you're people talk about wanting to touch more cards. You're just helping them touch more cards. It may not go to
Exactly.
hand, but they're touching more cards, so it's fun.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Really, you're doing everyone a service, is what I'm hearing.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, and it's not infect, so it's fine. Just remember, people, you can't hate every win con. You have to be okay with some of them. And there's enough graveyard recursion that you should be fine anyway. Except Tasha's Hideous Laughter exile.
Yes.
So I don't know. Find a way to get stuff from exile. They'll make it someday. What is a favorite deck of yours? And I know you play Oathbreaker as well, so it can
Mhm.
be an Oathbreaker deck. What is a favorite deck of yours that you have or have ever had?
Ooh, this one's so hard. I put so much love into all of the decks that I build that it's like choosing a favorite child. It's hard.
I'm gonna make you choose a favorite child today.
I I don't know. The the Umbris deck is just the one that comes off the top of my head. That
and you
one
just and you just got the Furby one for it, right?
I did, yeah. So it's a little bit shinier now, a little bit
Fuzzier.
scarier art wise. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like my L deck. That's probably one people see me play a lot. That one's the one that has the Stalking Vengeance in it. It's just silly, weird stuff.
I say Stalking Vengeance is hilarious.
And then probably the Bloodforge Battle Axe deck. I mean,
That makes a lot of
it's
sense.
yeah.
How
I think
would
it's
you
my favorite card.
feel? How would you feel if all of your decks went in a pod against each other? What deck do you think would win? This is not a question I normally ask anyone, so it definitely will be a throw off, but I feel like
Yep.
that would be a really funny game.
Oh gosh.
My pick right now is a Stalking Vengeance, but that's also because I've never seen that card, and that's hilarious.
Yeah, I feel like comparatively though, my L deck's a little bit slower than my other ones.
That's fair.
I mean, honestly, probably Rocco Street Chef. It's my
Oh,
group
Rocco's.
hug deck. I feel like my decks are so greedy that they would just keep feeding the Rocco deck.
I'm learning so much
So
about you today.
yeah, yeah,
I make really greedy decks, but Rocco could take care of them.
yeah. Well, I meant
I
like
love.
greedy in the sense of like, oh yeah, like I want to play this card
Oh, I know.
from
I play
exile.
I play the Blue Braids, the Conjurer's Adept,
Oh,
and people
okay.
get very, very greedy in that deck. And that deck is not like it's not the ones that like I'm gonna put out giant monsters and like whatever. It is literally I'm trying to draw my entire deck. I don't care what anyone else does. Like I just want to
Yeah,
draw my deck out as quickly as possible. So
yeah.
people definitely get greedy when that deck comes out because it's like all the card draw and then they put stuff out
Mhm.
for free. And
Mhm.
typically no one messes with me because they're like, I'm getting stuff for
Yep.
free, but also that
Mhm.
person's a problem. So
I love
so
decks like that.
yeah. I unless it's Miss Bumbleflower, then kill Miss Bumbleflower on site. I don't
Yep.
care what I have out. No, don't trust Miss Bumbleflower ever. Shout out KP for that video. Also, that showed Miss Bumbleflower actually just shooting people. It was really funny. What is a card that you would say you play most often in your decks? I mean, maybe it is Bloodforge Battle Axe, from what it sounds. But what is a card that you say you would play in most of your decks?
It used to be Bloodforge Battle Axe, but I
Okay.
mean that card's really not that great in a lot of decks.
Yeah.
So the fact that it has a designated deck now is great.
It's yeah. And it doesn't have to, and it can be like when I play green, I play this deck. If I play blue, I play this card. Like it doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be an artifact, but just something that like you start building a deck and you're like, this goes into the deck almost no matter what.
Yeah.
For
I do
me,
a good random goofy card.
okay. What is your favorite
Feel
goofy card?
well, by that I mean like cards you just don't see a lot.
Okay.
Ensnared
Okay.
by the Mara is one of my favorites.
Okay.
And red, which I don't actually play a lot of red. Maybe I do. I don't know.
That's okay.
I feel like I try to make my deck so different. I'm typically not putting a lot of the same cards in them.
That's okay too. Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
think, I something, and you can tell me what you think about this. I feel like Magic players have lost a lot of their whimsy
Yes.
because it's everything is like a lot of it is net decking, which
Yeah.
is fine. No, like no bashing net
Mhm.
decking. But I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of people just net deck and then don't put their own flair on it.
Yeah. It's the
Uh,
creativity aspect. I mean,
yeah,
there's millions of magic cards. Like, there's so many options. You know,
yeah,
I going through bulk that we get, like putting it, I'm like, oh, I've never seen this card before. This looks fun. This looks
yeah.
silly. Like there's just so much to choose from. Like, I don't want to build the same deck 5 times. I want them all to be different.
hmm Yeah. Actually, I forgot about Ensnared by the Mara. That card is really good.
Yeah.
I forgot. For those who don't know, it's from Doctor Who, which is why most people might not know because
Yeah.
a lot of people have just gotten onto the Doctor Who train, me included. It's very recent. But the face a villainous choice. Your opponent either exiles the cards from top of the library until they hit a non-land card. Then you may cast that card without paying its mana cost, or they exile the top 4 cards of their library and ensnared by a Mara or by the Mara deals damage equal to the total mana value of those
Mhm.
cards exiled to that player. It's so funny to me.
It's a win-win situation. It's
It
great.
really is. I get stuff for free, or you potentially take like 10 damage. Whatever you want to
Exactly.
do.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah.
it's your decision. So yeah, I think. Well, okay. And my next question is, what's a card you think people should play more often? I personally already think this is a card people should play more often. But what
Um
what is a card or a play style that people should do more often, or whatever have a mechanic people should play more often?
I was having this conversation with a friend the other day. I love seeing chaos in my games. I feel like people are so afraid to play chaos type
Hmm
cards. I always talk about this because I think this is the best deck I've ever seen, and it's Veggie's Tempting Worm deck.
Yeah.
Just like Tempting Worm
Yeah.
as a card, like
hmm
that kind of stuff. I want to see more of that stuff in my games. Like that's so fun. That's so fun to me. Throw that concordant crossroads in there. Let's just have chaos. Everything has
Yeah.
haste. Like
I
my opponent stuff has haste. Like we're just going.
Yeah. What's the Bedlam? Is that the one where no creatures can block? Is that one?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
stuff like that is just like make the game go. Like just do stuff
Yeah.
for real. Like swing with your creatures. They can't block anyway. Might as well.
Like we're here to play a game. Let's make it an experience. Let's remember this game. Let's make a
Yeah.
memory.
Yeah. And guess what? When this game's over, we're gonna play another one. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's fair. I think but how do you feel about plane chase? Do you like plane chase? Because that adds
I
a lot of
do.
like
I
okay.
do. I do like plane chase a lot.
Okay. Tell me about it because you sounded really excited when I said that.
I feel like not enough people play plane chase. I
Mhm.
feel like people should play it more. But
Do
a
you
lot
like
of people don't like playing like chaos in
They
their
don't. You're right. Do you like the party nights they do?
I
Like the
honestly haven't done much of those.
Okay. Do you know about them though?
Yes. Yeah.
Because I feel like that's a toned down version of
Yeah.
Plane Chase, which I like the party ones. Plane Chase can be cool, but unless you have like the one person who's like building their deck for Plane Chase, and then it's like that's kind of
Yeah.
Kind of weird. But I think I agree that just the things to make it more games more chaotic, and it doesn't have to be plane chase, doesn't have to be the party things, but just
Yeah.
like add the treasure pile.
Yeah.
Add
Yeah.
the treasure pile. Treasure pile is hilarious, especially when one with death is in the treasure pile and you might die. Like that's okay.
Yeah, yeah. Like those cards that are like, if this isn't on your battlefield, you lose the game. Like play more of those cards. Like
Yeah.
risk it, risk it.
Yeah. Play yeah, yeah. What's the one that's like choose a different one every turn and the last one is you lose the game? Like, yeah, play that. Take the
Yeah,
chance.
yeah. I want to
Take the
see
chance
it.
on it. Yeah. Take the chance.
I'll play it.
Yeah. I like this. I like your takes. You have good takes. Last question, and it's a bigger question as a whole.
Okay.
What are some hopes and goals that you have for yourself, for maybe
Mm.
Wizards and Magic, maybe Magic Kids because you're deeply involved in that, but especially for yourself as it comes to maybe you as a person, you and your content, you and your journey. What are some hopes and goals that you have for that?
I want to see things that bring in more people and more diverse people too, right?
Okay.
I This is like going to be probably the hottest take of the whole thing. I think Universes Beyond is fantastic. I think it is bringing in people who would never play
Mm,
Magic, and I think we need to expand upon what we're already doing with Universes Beyond. I feel like what we're seeing is a lot of the same similar kind of IPs.
okay.
You
Okay.
know, expand that out a bit into maybe some IPs that are a little different.
When you say different, so I know we're like right now we're like very
Yeah.
comic coded,
Yes.
like
Comic
fantasy
sci-fi.
comic
Mhm.
sci-fi coded. What
Yes.
would you want them to delve into if they asked you and said, Nat, pick something for us. What would be your ideal?
I think like doing like this perfect world, a Studio Ghibli set, I feel like that has the potential to bring in people who would never touch a magic card.
Okay. I like that.
When we're
I like
talking
that.
about things like, doing like a K-pop scene, stuff like that where it's like you have the potential to bring in these people who would never play Magic. I say that because I have friends who would never, touch a card in their life, and then the Final Fantasy set came out, and
Yep.
it was, you know, they they got the decks, and like they've been playing them, and they have started, looking at other Magic stuff now,
Yeah.
but it just kind of it takes that one thing, right, to get
Yeah.
someone into Magic. And if you're doing the same thing over and over again, you're not going to be this is the marketing person in me. If you're doing
Yeah.
the same thing over and over again, you're not going to be bringing in anything new.
Yeah.
So,
What's the term? It's basically your dividends are not going to get less and less in each term. I
yeah.
can't remember the word I'm looking for, but
Yeah.
it's just you are losing. It's gradually, but it's going to start
Yeah.
losing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's well. So a thing, and I'll let you continue with everything else. I have a
Yeah.
question for you on that. So
Yeah.
one of the things I don't want to say I have a gripe with Universes Beyond because I think inherently it is a good idea. I think the way it's been handled has been kind of rough.
Mm. Okay.
What do you think of the whole thought process that each set feels like it's mechanically has these mechanically
Mm.
unique things that'll
Mm.
never be made
Mm.
again?
Mm. Okay. Mhm.
And then the fact that some of the IPs are things that like it's like someone came in for Final Fantasy and then nothing else that they make is something that they're interested in. So they
Yes.
literally just have Final Fantasy cards and they want nothing else to do with Magic besides Final Fantasy. What are your thoughts on those two things?
Okay, the mechanic thing is a big thing.
Yep.
That especially as someone who's teaching new people how to play Magic, and we keep
Yep.
having these unique mechanics in every set,
And there were already
which
so
in,
many.
which in turn only just makes the game increasingly more complicated and
Mhm.
complex. I wish there was less of that, to be honest. I understand the flavor part of it, and I love the flavor part of that. But as someone who actively is teaching people how to play Magic, it sucks.
Yeah.
So I'm not a huge fan of that. I do think there's ways to keep those people who get in with the new sets. You just have to, again, make sure you have enough. Well, part of it is how they're learning it, right?
Yeah.
Like if they were like, "Oh, Final Fantasy, I want to play Magic. I'm going to learn this." And they like don't get invested, right? Like they're
Yeah.
just invested in the Final Fantasy. You'll always have those kinds of
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
I think of it as the experiences they're having with that, because if they're
Mhm.
playing those decks and they're having a good experience, they'll want to do more with Magic.
Yeah.
If they're playing those and they're having an okay to not great experience, they're not going to keep
Yeah.
playing. So I think a lot of that falls on the environments they're playing on as well as the game design. So
That's fair.
yeah,
Thank you. I think
so it just kind of
uh,
depends.
that's a very nuanced take, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I always think about this with Universes Beyond because I don't want to hate Universes Beyond, but
Mm.
then they make a set like Spider-Man that I wanted to be so much better than what it was, and it
Yes.
felt like a filler set. It like for what if you love Spider-Man out there, I love that for you. I love Spider-Man as a character. I did not love the set, and it felt very filler. It felt very like we're just trying to wait. We're just trying to have something in
Mhm.
between Avatar. That's really what it
Yeah.
felt like. Even at MagicCon, they had a bunch of the Spider-Man stuff, but they were already
Mhm.
like giving out Avatar stuff at that point. Like
Yeah.
it felt very like sure Spider-Man's there, but Avatar people,
Yeah.
Avatar.
I think
Uh,
again, I think if it's done really well, like it'll keep people in. I just
yeah,
think of like Lord of the Rings set. Like
it was
that
so
it
good.
was so good. It was so good.
Uh,
And I like the Doctor Who stuff was great.
yeah.
The Fall I think they need to do more of the universes beyond just Commander stuff, by the way. The Fallout
Okay.
Commander stuff was great. I
So
think
that leads to another question I have. But please go
yeah,
on.
but yeah, I think it depends on if they're just kind of pumping out the set because they has a big name on it and I think it's gonna
Yeah.
do well regardless, or if they're like really putting the time and energy.
Yeah. This this is why Sullivan says it's a Midwest goodbye because we're like 40 minutes past where we
Yes.
started that. So my other question is, do you think it was a good idea for them to put Universes Beyond a standard? Because I still have a bit of a gripe with it, but I understand it. But I wholeheartedly understand it. From a we're going to be able to get people to play standard aspect. Like
Yeah.
you need people to
Yeah.
play, and if there's a set
Yeah.
that they will play it in, but also forcing people who play standard all the time to have to literally buy every set
Yeah.
can be difficult.
I'm with you on that one. I think uh, that's one of those where it's a a good thing and a bad thing at the same time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. All right. I will let you continue with your hopes and goals. My apologies.
oh no, you're good. And then honestly, just like I'm expanding Magic Kids, like it's growing. This year is gonna be crazy already. And yeah, it's just settling in to my new life in Minnesota. And yeah, I think that's really it.
That's awesome. I'm really excited for where Magic Kids goes. Uh,
Yeah.
I think you all have been doing a great job, and you all have. I mean it when I say it. You're one of my favorite organizations just because of the work that you do, and I've gotten to know you a little bit over time. You've
Mhm.
always been very kind and very thoughtful, and the fact that they've had people like you being at the head of that means that they're doing the right things, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a very big portion of that, and I'm really excited for where it goes, and I can't wait to try to support in whatever ways I can. Can you tell some folks about ways they can support Magic Kids?
Yeah. So we are always accepting donations of bulk magic accessories, whatever. If you have like 60 playmats you don't know what to do with, you can donate them to Magic Kids because they will all go back into kits that we send out to schools and libraries. There's other ways you can help, but you can basically find all of that on our website, which is just Magic Kids. Yeah.
And how can we best support you moving forward, Miss Nat?
Oh, I don't know. You can, I don't know.
Can we follow you anywhere? Can we
Oh yeah, yeah. You can follow me. I'm on every platform as Giraffanat. So you can come follow along in my adventures and see some of my cosplays. And sometimes I'll have photos of my cute little dog on there. So, yeah.
We love Nissa. We need to get you a Chandra.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right, we won't get you a Chandra. It's fine. I'm wholeheartedly biased. I love Chandras. Point, but Nat, is there anything else you want to say before we wrap up here?
I don't think so. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I appreciate you coming on. It's been really fun talking to you. This has been it's been very enlightening. And I can't wait to show my wife the K-pop portion of the episode because she'll just be like, yeah, that's a really good take. Yeah, yeah, I love that. so so thank you for that, and again, thank you for all the work you do. We really really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
No,
Thanks.
no problem. And everyone, thank you for being here with us again. Like, share, subscribe. Go follow Nat because Nat is fantastic. Big fan. And if nothing else after today, please remember that when despair tries to win, counter with hope. Have a good day, everyone.